We fucking go.
And go. We're off. Off-ski.
Racing.
We're racing. Oh, right. First things first, I better put my phone on silent. That's a bit out of order, isn't it? Right, dude. Some mad results last week. Absolute crazy results. But did you watch the Carabao Cup this week? Well, today, sorry.
I just saw the little highlight package or the lack of highlight package.
Yeah. There was absolutely zero highlights in that first half.
Yeah, it was I don't know what you call that package, but the Gunners march on.
Yes, exactly. They're on, but I mean, that was probably one of the most boring games I have seen in a hell of a long time. The second half, Chelsea came out a little bit more than that, but I thought, fucking hell, thank God I don't support any of them two.
Yeah, well, for a number of reasons.
For a number of reasons, exactly that. But shall we go? I'm going to give you the floor here. I think you deserve it with all the crap you've had lately. So go for it, man. You tell us all about it.
Let's fucking rock. And last week, I'm going to have to say, I was fucking wrong. I thought Arsenal had bottled the league. And, mate, as we said, Leeds is a tough place to go.
Yes.
And they fucking pumped them.
Absolutely slapped them about, though, didn't they, as well? Slapped them.
Yeah. And then we marched forward to the next day, and Villa losing at home against 10 men for a half of football is extraordinary.
It's bizarre.
I don't know if you watched that one.
Win this league. No one wants to win it.
I don't know if you watched that one, but Kelleher, ex-Liverpool backup keeper, had a fucking blinder. Absolute blinder in goals. Yeah.
I think
amazing.
I think Liverpool are going to come back to rue the day they actually let him go on a permanent, if I'm honest. I mean, it's up to him. I think he's a good enough keeper to warrant that move anyway. But I think you can't fault the lad. He was good enough to be a number one. He really was. But with 100%. Alisson now coming to an age, I just wonder, one more season, would he have been the number one anyway?
Yeah. It's I guess that's a tough thing with keepers, though, isn't it? They want to play, and it's very rarely you get on from the bench, and you're not wishing your mate gets injured, so you can get on.
Much.
But so that was huge, and then Spurs, the rubbish Spurs,
they're shocking.
Come back from 2-0 down to draw with City.
It's mad. Because if you were a Spurs fan, what are you expecting week in, week out?
Yeah, at 2-0 down, I would have left the stadium. It was so. Where we got Arsenal 6 clear.
I'm waiting for your result here.
Yeah, well, we always save the best to last.
I thought that would have been like. I thought you'd have had the showgirls.
And then the game of the round. That little rat face from ex-Evertonian scores a goal, carries on like a pork chop, up steps Etatike.
You were a bit upset with him, weren't you, on the day, really?
Yeah, he's a fucking twat. And then see you later, 4-1. Just get that up, yeah.
Well, should we go on about? Should we delve into? Should we deep dive into that Liverpool Newcastle game? Because Anthony Gordon, every time he plays against Liverpool, it's like his levels go, like his enthusiasm goes up. He always looks like he's bored in other games, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But for that one, he just seems to get up for it. Now, I heard he's an actual Liverpool fan.
Well, the way he comes in with his studs up wouldn't suggest
exactly. It's weird, isn't it? But apparently, you guys went in for him. Was it last season? Oh, there were rumours anyway. So, personally, I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool. I don't think he's at that level. I think he's halted his progress. I think he's probably at his peak. He's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. I think he's a very good player. I don't see him kicking on. I don't think he's going to kick on to any levels what Liverpool should be going in for him at all. But he gets all excited, doesn't he? And picking on people, and you think, well, I've never seen him play like that before ever.
Well, he could have had 2 red cards in that game.
Yeah. I agree with that.
that tackle on Allison, how he was still on the pitch is a miracle for him. They used to protect the keepers, but now you can just slide in with your studs up, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in agreement with you there. I'm not one for. I mean, we're both not. We're both like a serious challenge. We don't want to be wet wipes. We don't want it to be a non-contact sport at all. But at the end of the day, it was reckless. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, he would touch it, and he'd done previous as well, and things like that. And I thought, personally, if he'd in the heat of the moment when it first happened, and even before the final decision was made, I said in my head, he's going. He's definitely gone here. But he got a reprise, and then he got the goal, and I thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah. Part of me's glad he stayed on the pitch with what we did to them after they went up 1-0. Ekitike was just a level above
quality,
everyone on that pitch. And the other thing is that the noise, the haters, the Liverpool paid too much talk is getting a little quieter.
Yeah, but Ekitike, I'll be honest, before he came, I didn't have a clue about him. I'd heard his name because I'd heard his name here, there, and everywhere. If I'd have told you I knew all about him and I'd watched loads of games, I'm definitely lying. I've probably not even seen a highlight of him, if I'm completely honest. But what a player! He is something, and he's only young. He's only going to get better. He is a special player. He's got.
Yeah.
I've heard him in the last week being compared to Torres, and that was off Steven Gerrard.
Jeez. Well, that's a wrap, isn't it?
That in itself, just anybody saying he's like a Torres is a massive accolade. For Steven Gerrard to say that is another level. So I'm like, well, who are we to bloody argue with him? But I actually agree. I think he's slightly different, but he's got very similar characteristics of a Torres. He's just one-track minded, get your head down and go type thing, but he's looking, he's always wanting to be involved. He's not shy about anything or anything like that. And I thought, he's the type of player you want to watch. He gets you off his seat. And when he's like giving it all the attitude, that's the player I want, that heart and desire. If that was my team,
absolutely,
that's the team I want. That's the player I want.
That's it. And that second goal he scored, he looked up, saw Salah open, and probably at this present moment in time go, I might just take it myself. And then that finish with the outside of his boot, like that's just world class.
Yeah, it was
absolute world class. Yeah,
you've got a player there. You've got a player there, and do you know what? I was having a conversation with someone the other day. They said, "Well, what they're going to have a problem when Isaac comes back." I said, "Where's the problem?"
Yeah, the leagues, the rest of the league's going to have a problem.
Yeah, I'm like, Isak is a finished article. Yeah, he's had a slow start to his Liverpool career. He's going to have to. Will he even come back at all this year? Probably not. If he does, it's going to be very, very minimal, if he's lucky at all, to get any minutes on a pitch. So that means he's going to end up with a full pre-season. He can in bed with all his mates. If you see him sat on the bench, he's actually getting along with his pals and stuff now.
Yeah.
So he's integrated into the group. Next year, if Liverpool can sort just a few little pieces out, they're going to be back in and they're going to be a force. My question, though, with that, because there is still, that doesn't mean they won 4-1, right? They've had a lot of shit in games as well, but they've done well in the Champions League. This is not me saying Liverpool are back and they're going to do this. I'm saying next year, right?
Yeah, next year.
If certain things happen, i.e., you've bought this new centre back.
Yeah,
he looks good.
I haven't seen a lot of this fella either. Yeah.
No, I've just watched highlights, but he does look good. He looks quality. He's young. Yeah. You've got that Diego Leone who will be back, who I actually, again, we didn't see a lot of him, but what we did see, I liked a lot of. I thought he's going to be a quality. And Italians just love defending anyway. They're great at it.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I've got two questions, right? The first one is, if you get in the Champions League, do you still change the manager? And the second one is, what do you do with Canate now? And the reason why I asked about the Canate thing is, we'll touch on it in a minute. Very emotional that in the end, and I thought it was amazing because even I was getting choked up on that. Yeah. He is a quality player. He's just been really shit this year.
Yeah.
Now, if you get that Canate that played at Newcastle for the rest of the season, Liverpool will be back.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, look, that obviously with the situation with his old man passing, full of emotion. But, mate, if we can bottle that and have him playing with that emotion every single game, like that, that's the centre back you want. Van Dijk's the weak link out of that. Those two,
Yes.
then this young bloke, as you said, I've only seen the highlight clips of him. Looks solid. I hear Chelsea were all in for him as well. So, he's a known a known force that people are wanting. Still only young, but yeah, it's that bringing someone in. If you get Canate back playing like you should, they start to rebuild where the weaknesses have been this year.
Well, do you know what? I think personally, there's something wrong with Canate, right? For the rest of for this season, there's been something wrong with him. He's not been the Canate that people have known and seen, because he is a very good defender. He's just been shockingly shit. Now, we don't know really what's happened with his father, whether that's been going on for ages. That could be something that's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what's happening in people's personal lives. Sometimes that's it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not looking at that and going, has there something been going on, and that sort of thing. But it was more his interaction, Canate, at the end when they interviewed Canate and Verts, and that camaraderie that they had together. And I thought, he's only a young lad. And every time I see something about Liverpool FC behind the scenes, he's always involved with his mates, having a laugh and a joke. And I thought, does he actually want to go? I know we can all be swayed by money, all of us, and Real Madrid come calling and all that sort of stuff. He's seen what his mate Trent's just gone and done.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, is he a guarantee in that with the way he's been playing? I'm not so sure. For me, I just think he's got time on his side. Sign a new Liverpool contract, the figurehead in that back four, and rebuild it again. Then you'll see a proper Canate. I'm thinking it'd be better to have him than not have him.
Yeah. The Newcastle game swayed me back to we should hang on to him, and give him the opportunity to, as you said, rebuild what he was, what he had in the past. Yeah. It's and the only chance I think now for any silverware this year is Champions League. So go hard at it.
Go all in. I mean, I'm not convinced Liverpool will win it, but I'm not sure anyone. Like, it's a cup run. You know what I mean? Like, is the next part? It's like knockout stages and stuff now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's knockout. So it's the top 8 aren't involved in this part of it.
In this shitty bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's the knockout from the 8 through 24.
Yes,
and then the top 8 play winners of those other games. So I saw somewhere the potential.
Are better in that. Liverpool are better in this, not in the format of the Champions League. I think that's a weird format. Whatever anyone says, a new format of the Champions League, to me, I'm not a big fan of. But I mean, Liverpool in the Champions League in general are just a better team anyway.
Yeah.
But it's because teams are coming out, the games are a little bit more open and things like that. This year, it's just suited them a hell of a lot more, which they've a great European side anyway. But anyone can win it. Like, there's loads of teams that could still win that Champions League. And
it's not really a standout year, is it? Like, it's previous years you probably had 3 or 4 teams that you could suggest might win it. I think any of those top 8, probably minus the Spurs, could win that. And then there's a couple of teams sitting that came 9th through 16th who on their day would beat anyone.
Yes, exactly that. So with that one, it's a funny one. It could be a toss of a coin, really. Do you know what I mean? Ultimately, in the way that it ends up. But I'm quite excited to see what happens. But for me, I think if you're a Liverpool fan, you just want them to, like, winning the Champions League, no matter who you are. If that's the thing, whether a manager stays or gets sacked, you've got to win the Champions League. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. And I don't think anyone's actually saying Arne Slot has to win the Champions League. He's saying they've got to get in the Champions League. So he either finishes in the top 4 or 5, whatever it is, or he wins it. Now, I think if Liverpool play the way they did against Newcastle and carry on that attitude, that mentality, that art and desire, and them all fitting it, he's put round pegs in round holes, Liverpool won't have a problem getting in the top 4. Liverpool, Man United is still on that crest of a wave. Chelsea are faltering. They're a funny old team. There's loads going on, even City, and no one's really wanting it. I still think there's enough games left and Liverpool do get in that Champions League. They're good enough.
Yeah.
On paper, Liverpool have the players to get on there easily. Now,
that's it.
If he doesn't, if he doesn't get them in the Champions League, I think he has to go.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the right one. But if he does get him in the Champions League, does he stay?
Okay. Yeah, you'd probably...
The jury's out for me. The reason I ask is because the jury's out for me. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. And I actually do still abide by what I said. I think Dutch managers just don't suit the league. I'm thinking to myself, is this... So these last few games that they've done well in, is this Arne Slot sort of style and team and that they're playing now? Or has he gone, you know what, my style ain't working for you guys. We have been shit. I'm going to kind of take the reins off and let you kind of do what you want or do what you used to do. And that's how I see it. I think he's changed it to go, well, my style ain't working.
Yeah. It definitely looked like that. The second half against Newcastle looked like that. There was just so much more space and freedom. Players were moving, getting into gaps, receiving the ball, hitting it off. It was almost like two totally different games, the first and second half. I mean, we scored late in the first half, but the first 30 minutes, I'm like, fuck, here we go again.
I know. But in fairness to that, I don't particularly what I've said on this podcast for a number of weeks now that Liverpool beat themselves. People don't beat Liverpool. Liverpool have been beating themselves because they give the ball away and all this. I didn't see that version of Liverpool in that first half.
No.
In the first half an hour, Newcastle were just pinning them in. They were just very good, in my opinion, Newcastle. They were the better team. They were playing football. Liverpool weren't necessarily doing anything wrong. They just couldn't get hold of the ball and keep hold of it. It weren't the Liverpool that I've been slagging off saying they're shit because they can't, they're beating themselves. Honestly, no, you tell me whether you think. I didn't see that version of Liverpool. I just thought Newcastle have just been very, very good in that first start. They probably had a bit more energy than Liverpool, but, and I'm thinking, come on, guys. But he just pinned them in and kept being relentless. They
did hit
out doing it though.
Yeah, they hit the post twice, like it could have been.
I didn't see the shit Liverpool. I seen the one that I thought they're just getting pinned back, and they roared that storm, which is a great thing to see because usually they'd have been 1 or 2. They'd have gone down earlier. You know what I mean? They'd have gone.
Yeah.
They'd have conceded.
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier. And once that first goal went in, you could just see the momentum really shift. Like it was a massive shift, and for them to go and knock one in 3 minutes later, they pretty much just buried all of that effort from Newcastle in a 3-minute span.
That's it.
And then they just dominated the game from there. It was great to watch.
But they were hustling as well, A lot of in football, heart and desire I always go on about, but that hustle culture was Liverpool. Like those last 10 years, that they defended from the front. The Salah, the Mane, Firmino, Nunez and Diaz, they hustled from the front. Now, if you watch Verts, he's trying it. It's not natural for him. He's a flair player. He's a gift to us all because he's easy on the eye. He's not naturally a grit player who's tracking and running. He's trying, and I thought fair play to him. And you can see, I think that people have been saying he's bulked up a bit, and you can see he's bulked up a bit. But Ekatike is in you all the time. He's all over. Salah,
relentless,
not interested, and Gakpo, bless him, tries, but he hasn't got a tackle in him. Do you know what I mean? So I think the majority of them were trying the best to beat the hustle culture, not giving them a minute, closing people down, and I think that was the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was Liverpool in a nutshell for the weekend. The other thing I don't know if you watched. Who was it? Nico Williams. Who's he play? Forest. Did you see his save?
No.
That he got a red card for?
No?
The most brilliant centre-back one-handed diving save you'll ever see.
It's comical.
He's going top bins and he's just dived and saved it.
Go on, lad.
Got a red, and Palace still couldn't beat him. Yeah, Palace played the whole second half against 10.
1-0.
And 1-0. Amazing. That was one of the highlights of the weekend for me, that save. I love a good centre back.
That's a comedy blooper then, isn't it? I'm going to watch that then after. I've not actually seen that one, to be perfectly honest. I did watch the Chelsea West Ham game.
Yeah.
Wow. If there's a game of two halves, if there is a game of two halves, that is it.
Yeah.
It was one of the, honestly, I was watching that game thinking, whatever, thinking it's going to be, and West Ham in that first half were the best team I've ever seen in my life. Do you know, like, I'm looking at them going, who the hell is this team?
Yeah, how are these? Where are they? 16th or something on the ladder?
Yeah, and it was just like
18th. Sorry, they're in relegation zone. It
was Somerville, like little guy dancing around, and he was. Anytime he just looked like an absolute world beater, and I'm like, wow, this is another level. This is another level. He was fantastic, but the whole team, and I'm like, oh my god. But do you know what? All the way through it, and they went in 2-0 up. I still thought Chelsea were going to come back. Yeah, same. I'm not just saying that. I did actually. I thought Chelsea were going to come back into this. Yeah. They're I mean, they're looking good. The manager, what's his name? Rosinia, whatever he's fucking called. Yeah. He's got them humming. Doing something right.
Yeah. And then of course our favourite team of all, Manchester United.
Well beaters, aren't they?
And I was talking to a diehard United fan the other day, and he's all for signing Carrick. Sign him on.
Yeah. I would dodge, Do you know what? People will hate me for saying this, but it's good to see him back, because the games mean a little bit more. Like, I want the Liverpool United games.
Yeah.
There's more in it. There's more stake in it when United are in the games. I want them to play. I want them to be fighting Arsenal and City. I want them, because they're just a nothing, or they've been a nothing team, haven't they? But I'm sick of the Gary Nevilles and Roy Keane's pouring piss on Michael Carrick. Yeah. That guy was a classy player anyway. Michael Carrick was a classy player, and he's a classy manager as well, from what we can see in the last 3 games and what he's done at Middlesbrough. Why would you not give it him if he gets somewhere you want to be? I don't get why you wouldn't. What's the big deal? Is it jealousy or what?
Yeah. I don't know. And, he's got him into 4th place. He's knocked off City. He's knocked off Arsenal.
And Fulham are not a bad side.
They're not a walkover. It's what you were saying. I like United being strong, because it feels better beating them when they're going good.
But it's true. That is true. Yeah.
Like when they've been shit and you beat them, you go, fuck. It's like beating bloody the Wolves. But when they're going good and you knock them off, they're the games. They're the games that you, as a fan of a club, that you love. So, you love knocking off Arsenal or City or Chelsea or United. Yeah, look,
you're going to raise your game with it, don't you? But they look good. I mean, the guy, Cunha, he's coming on and been mint. I think he started that game. He scored again. He looks good. They look the part, actually. They do look like they look the part. The interesting one is Harry Maguire's contract's up. So his contract ends, and they're like and ahhing whether they're going to sign him on and stuff like that. And I'm going, oh, Liverpool need a centre-back. Can you imagine it?
I'm not disputing that he's a good player, but Harry Maguire can go fuck himself.
You'll sign him up. I'm telling you, you'll sign him.
This fucking badge should never sit on that fuckwit's chest.
But do you get what I mean? Like, if I were United, I'd just be signing him up. Like, he did get a lot of stick. Like, he got a lot of stick. For England, he is a diehard. He's a Terry Butcher type, sticks his head in, scores a goal now and again. He had a lot of stick because he messed up, but it weren't just him. The whole team was shit.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? And he got all the stick, and the whole team were crap. Every time he played for England, he was a world beater. Went United, and United was shit, and then he gets a load of memes. I'm like, if I'm United now, stability is the key. If you're winning that, I don't know. Right, you've got that many games left now. I don't think anyone wins the league other than Arsenal now because it's too far gone. And I think, I still thought City can, but they're just so vulnerable. City and Villa could massively drop off here, like massively drop off. You could have a thing where it ends up being United and Liverpool in the top 4.
Yeah. Yep, it could very well happen.
Actually happen now, which I actually think is a very interesting prospect for the end of the season. I would love Villa to go on a run and go and win the league. It ain't going to happen. City still have the potential to do something, but they're vulnerable, massively vulnerable. There's issues there, and I think, could they drop off that much? I think it's going to be that top sort of 2, 3, 4 is going to be the most interesting part of this season. I think Arsenal dusted.
Yeah, well, obviously we'll go through our predictions, but let's jump to the last match of the round. Now is Liverpool at Anfield versus City.
Yeah, I know.
This weekend.
Yeah, so that's going to be a very interesting one, that one.
Arsenal play Sunderland Sunday morning. You'd think that Arsenal should knock them off, put them 9 clear before City play Liverpool.
Yeah, I know.
Liverpool always lift against City. Liverpool will have to play like they did against Newcastle and a bit more.
Of course.
But that game right there could end City's chance of taking the league. Like, what would that leave? 13 games to go after that. 9 clear.
There's loads of games, though, isn't there? There's loads of games now, if you think about it. And people keep saying about Arsenal would be the worst champions if they win it this year because of how the league's been, right? And I think the same. Like, I don't think they're the worst. Like, I'm not saying they're a bad team. What I'm saying is it's been a shit league, really. Even when Liverpool sort of walked it last year, I think it's worse than that because Liverpool were beating teams and they deservedly beat them. Like, they were doing it the right way, entertaining and stuff like that. Arsenal have got to where they are by just set pieces and stuff. You know what I mean? And really, how shite everyone else has been. Not through how great they are. That's the difference, I think. Whereas, when you're looking at going into, like, you've got 13 games left now, and City are the ones who are weird. But this is not the same City. Like, Haaland is doing nothing. So, I mean, I don't. If I'm a City fan, no, I'm not the most confident. They either smash teams or do nothing.
Yeah. Then at 2-0 up at halftime against Spurs, you'd think they'd win that 5 or 6-0.
Yeah, exactly. They're just not killing teams off hard, and then they're being vulnerable. So, should we touch on City just really quickly as well before we do our full predictions for the next round? But let's just touch on City. Like, bloody hell, they've been amazing for 10 years and a bit longer now. Do you know what I mean? They've been fantastic. A great team to watch. They have entertained. At times, it can be a bit boring because it's a bit wooden because you just know who's going to win. So there's no real competition in it. Is Guardiola going to leave? Is this going to be his final season as such?
Yeah, look, it's interesting, isn't it? Because you'd think he'd want to leave City on a high.
I think he should have gone the last time.
Yeah, which is where I was going to get to with that is that has he held on too long, where he might leave, and they haven't won the league that year.
Yeah.
Or does City?
We don't all get the
pull the pin on him.
We don't all get the luxury of like, I'll just go once I've won a league anyway, do we? Do you know what I mean? He's been there too long to, and it's not like it's the easiest walk. No one walks this league. They don't come in and just got a God-given right to win it anyway. And, is it Batman? My favourite Batman, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And usually, it ends for a reason. I think there's something changed now. He's rebuilt that side probably twice.
Yeah.
The third time is a big ask. I'm not 100% whether he rebuilds this side.
Yeah,
I think it's time for someone else.
And look, Semenyo is a good player, but I don't think he's the sort of guy you build a team around.
No.
He's quality. He's quick. He's can knock a goal in. Great player, but looking at who City's had over the years, Haaland obviously up until recently where he's had a bit of a slump. But when I don't know, was it the first iteration or second when Aguero was there? That's just fucking ridiculous player. Semenyo couldn't tie his shoes up.
No, I agree with that.
So a third rebuild for him, that's a tough one, especially given there's a lot more clubs with a lot of money too. And, going in, and he's always managed to get some pretty good steals on players, but, you've got the likes of now Liverpool spending, Chelsea, endless money. If United are firing again, they become a destination. Even clubs now like Villa and so forth are, people want to go to those clubs. Where the top players only wanted to go to probably City, United, or Chelsea for a while.
Yeah, they did. If United get into the Champions League, they naturally attract anyone. Whether we all like that or not, they are Man United, and that's what happens. Man United in the Champions League, and say somebody gives you the exact contract, most people choose Man United, unless you United or Liverpool. It depends on who the parents supported, I guess, usually.
Yeah.
And that is usually the thing. Them two get that extra draw, don't they?
They do. They absolutely.
I don't think I don't think he's there next season, Pep.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
I think he goes off and does an international job. He either does an international or he has a break, because he has done that before. Or he goes to another country, and tries something else. Or he might even do a Klopp and just think, "This is right. I've done my stint. I've had enough there, and I just want to go and do something else and
do some advisory roles or
podcast."
Like that. We'll invite him now, Pep. If you're out of a job next season and you want to be with the football mad cunts, the offer's
you can always
there.
visit us in Sydney as well.
He's got the same hairdo as us, so.
That's exactly it. Yeah, exactly. Is his like us? Yeah, we're all follically challenged, aren't we? Bless us. But it is a funny one. We say. I look at the depth of the play. I think they've got some outrageous players, like fantastic players. But I look at them and I go, as a whole, as a squad, as a collective, I go, not sure against others. I would choose other squads than theirs.
Well, when I look at the
players, but I would choose other squads.
When I look who they've got now, I'm not as wowed by when you used to look and you'd have Aguero or De Bruyne, and you'd just be like, fuck, you'd give your left leg to have them at your club.
Imagine that. Imagine De Bruyne at Liverpool.
Yeah.
There was
there's some chat about it.
That he was going to go for a minute, and you would have had him easy, wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean? But what a player!
100%.
I'm with you. I look at them players; they're not as good as them. Nowhere near.
You look at it now, and you go, well, on career form, Haaland, anyone would have him.
But yeah, he's just in a slump. He's still like he hits a ball, it stays it.
But your centre midfield, you got Silva, great player, but I'm not gagging to bloody
on the wrong way. He's on the wrong end of his career though, as well, isn't he?
Yeah. And Rodri, fantastic player. Are you dying to steal him off them? Probably not.
No.
And then but as a squad, they're a great team. Donnarumma in goals. I think any club in the world would have him.
He's saved them a lot this year as well. He goes a little bit under the radar, even though he doesn't go under the radar, if you get what I mean. But he saved them a hell of a lot, City as well this year. I don't know.
Well, through all their crazy feats over the last 10 years, the keeper for them hasn't had to be world class, because the 10 players in front of him would never
let anyone have a chance, did they? That goalkeeper, he could have just read a library book every game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That was usually the case.
Having a world-class keeper this season they've needed it more than they've had in the past. So, yeah, but that's
one of them, innit?
The only other thing from last week, I just want to, just because it's fucking Everton and they're a bunch of dicks, they were so friggin' lucky to get out of that game against Brighton, scoring. I think they scored the 96th or 97th minute.
Grealish is out now though for the rest of the season as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm gutted about that, you know. As from an English point, I mean, I don't think he was ever getting into the World Cup squad, unfortunately, because I like that kind of player. I think he's fantastic on that left-hand side as well. I think Tuchel just doesn't like him because he's a big drinker and stuff like that. He's a bit, you know, he's probably a bit of a maverick, and I get that. Certain managers don't like certain players, but the manager before didn't take him either. I would have loved to have seen him in there. He's like the Gascoigne-esque weirdo, you know what I mean? But I don't think he was. But from an English point of view, it's definitely over for him now, as in from international, which is a shame because I think he's a decent guy.
Yeah, and
time with him, but
not in the current jersey he's wearing, but I'd like to be on the same team as him or go on an end of season trip with him. I think
yeah, you're a baller him, and when it comes to that.
Yeah, I mean the Bosco Badgers can put on quite an end of season trip. I think Grealish should fit right in.
Yeah, exactly that. But no, I'm with you on that. Everton are a funny old one, aren't they, at the minute? But should we do our predictions?
Yeah. Let's rock and roll.
I don't think we actually did too bad last week.
Hang on, I've got them written here. We've got Brighton, Everton, draw, so I'm counting that as a win. Bournemouth beat Leeds. Bournemouth beat Wolves, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, got that right. Liverpool beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
Had Villa to beat Brentford.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Man U beat Fulham. Got that. Forest Palace was 1-1. City Spurs draw. Sunderland Burnley. Yeah, we were 7 out of 10.
Not too bad, that really. Not too bad. I tell you what though, who looked good. I tell you who we've not mentioned because it's a weird game. Sunderland Burnley, but Sunderland is such a good team. I've got to hand it to. Like they're actually a good team to watch as well.
Yeah, they were, and that their defender. Yeah, who's that defender?
Geertruida, who you were going to buy? Oh, really Geertruida. Yeah, he nearly scored as well.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
they're a good side.
If I were Liverpool, I'd have got him through the door. I thought when they said it, I thought that's a great idea. That would have really steadied the ship. I don't know why they've not gone for that because I don't. That's the thing is with Liverpool now, they've bought this lad for the summer. They have left themselves short, but so have a lot of others. People who just weren't doing business. It must be something to do with financial fair play and things like that they're all doing this for because there's hardly any money really spent, was there?
Yeah, there wasn't. Semenyo and Gay were I guess the two biggest signings, but it wasn't one of those absolute wow moments where you go, how the hell did that happen? Like different sport, but NBA, like James Harden's just been traded to the Cavs.
Has he?
Today they traded Darius Garland for James Harden.
Wow.
And that's where you just go, wow, like how the hell's that happened?
Out of the blue signing, innit? Out of the blue.
Yeah. Yeah, and looks like Giannis is going to be traded in the next day or two to someone. But the Premier League just didn't have any wow like that.
And it baffles me that because there's all these rumours and things like that, but I think to myself, there's a lot of them that could have or needed to strengthen. It's either they're thinking, well, the right player at the right value isn't there. In a way, I'm actually glad a lot of deals weren't done because I honestly believe, I think at the start of the season, you pick your team or you pick your players, you get your players in, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You've had all summer to sort that out.
Yeah.
I've seen it like years and years and years ago when Newcastle did it, but they bought Tino Asprilla, who was a fantastic player, and it actually cost them the league. But other teams have done it, and it's ended up winning them the league, and they were nowhere. And I think it's like
Van Persie,
just keep your team, and that's all you get for 12 months. It should. Yeah. But then, and I always think, well, the only time you could really do it is if you've got severe injuries or something. then it's open to someone taking a piss and like going, pretend you're injured.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm sure you look injured. Like stick a disabled sticker in your car.
Yeah. Limp off.
Yeah, limp
Limp
off.
off.
But so I think
All right.
that's always a bit of one of them, isn't it? But I honestly think they should just have the team and that's it. They crack on.
Yeah, agree. Right, match
let's
week
go to the table, should be an
25.
interesting one. So right, Leeds and Forest. Leeds and Forest. We said this last week.
I'm going to tip Leeds. They're going to bounce back from being absolutely arse-raped by Arsenal. And
I'm doing the same. I'm going Leeds because, I mean, we backed them last week, but the truth of the matter is we also did say Arsenal should absolutely batter them. It was more of a mindset issue than anything. I think Leeds are a better team than Forest as well, actually. I think Forest are nowhere near the team they were last year. So I'm backing Leeds, 100%.
Yeah, Leeds. Man U Spurs. Yeah. I'm staying on the Man United will go 4-0 under Carrick.
I think they're going to. Yeah, I mean, the way that Man United have played these last few games, and actually, I mean, how they've played, if they play like that again, they walk Spurs easily.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, if I'm a Man United player now, I'm going, well, let's show people now. We've just proved that we can. Now let's just go and have a game where we take the piss.
That's it. And they're at Old Trafford. The fans will be all boisterous and singing again.
They'll be buzzing.
Atmosphere will just, you think, be the 12th man in that that fixture.
Yeah, they'll lose now. No, we've got all that.
We've put the mocker on them.
Yeah. Bournemouth, Aston Villa. I'm going Villa.
Yeah, I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, I do. I think they got.
I will say though, I think if they lose this, the slide will continue.
Yes, I do.
Just from a mentality perspective,
I do. I think it'll be like, have we reached what we did and all that? I think if they lose that game, it carries on. That's
3 weeks ago they were talking about being a potential league winner. With the way they were playing,
we said that as well. Like, why not?
So the Villa there, Arsenal, Sunderland. I think that one. After we just said Sunderland are a good team, I think
Sunderland are very good, and the guy that manages Sunderland, he's very shrewd as well. Do you know what? I'm going for a draw.
Yeah, you think they'd come in and really park the bus on this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm going for a draw.
Just get out of there with a point.
Honestly, Arsenal don't. The thing is with Arsenal, they don't need to win every game, and that does creep it. That's another mentality shift, is because you're going, well, we don't need to win every game. So you sort of picking and choosing. They shouldn't be thinking that. They should be going, right, we're beating Sunderland, we're going to slap them. That's what they should be doing. But they've just got through to the final of the Carabao Cup today. So they're on a high from that. Are they? And they've played, obviously, an extra game with it being midweek and that. I'm just thinking, and Sunderland are no wet wipes. They know what they're doing. But I don't think Sunderland go there and win.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a draw. I think that's going to
be. Yeah, you can picture the 10 men behind the ball all the time from Sunderland with this one.
Burnley, West
Arsenal
Ham
can break that down.
Burnley, West Ham.
This is a battle for relegation zone, isn't it?
Ping pong game. This one. It's going to be a ping pong game. Like,
look, West Ham have to win it to give themselves a shot at not being relegated. A win for them and a loss for Forest means they're 3 out of 3 behind Forest out of relegation.
If West Ham play like they did against Chelsea, especially in that first half, if they play like they did in that first half, they'll batter Burnley.
Yeah.
I think they get. I think it's like a 2-1 or something like that. Very average. I think West Ham get it.
I don't think I'm going to get up at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning to watch it, though.
Nah. I'll watch it in the highlights.
Yeah.
It's going to be the 5th highlights one to watch.
Yeah. Actually, all 5 games on at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, I probably wouldn't get up for.
Same, brother. I'm not at. Yeah. What time are the Saturday games on? So what? 1 at 7 o'clock in the morning. 1 at 11:30. Yeah. I might actually stay up on Saturday night for the
United Spurs
one. Leeds and Forest, I'll be up anyway, so I'll be definitely watching that. But all the Sunday games at 2. No, I don't think.
Yeah. Then we got Fulham, Everton.
Fulham.
I'm
going Fulham. Yeah. I like Fulham.
Yeah.
I think they're a good.
They're at home. Everton is shit.
I like them. I think
so Fulham. Chelsea, Wolves.
Chelsea. You can't not, can you? But
yeah.
Wolves have just bought that Angel Gomez. Or is it on loan or something like that? Anyway, I don't know. He's a good player. He's only in the middle part, but he's not going to do it on his own. And they've just sold Strand Larsen to Palace. So I don't know. It's a funny one that. I think Angel Gomez would have been suited more to sort of like an Aston Villa, but would have been decent with that.
I mean,
I'm not looking past Chelsea.
They're one win from 24 games, so I don't know if their second one's going to be against Chelsea.
Nah, definitely not. And then I watched this one at R4, Newcastle Brentford. I like watching Newcastle. Obviously not a Newcastle fan of it, but I've always liked how Newcastle play. Always. Like in the days when they had the money and they were getting like the Les Ferdinands and all, just the way Newcastle play. The fans are nuts. Like they're just not right at all. So to go to that place is mental, but it's always a good atmosphere. But I think I'm back in Newcastle. I just like watching them as well. It's usually entertaining. And Brentford are a good team, so they'll come out hoping they can win as well. So I think that might be a decent game of football to watch.
Yeah. Hopefully they both come out and ready to play. There's no.
Are you going
no
for Newcastle?
Defensive tactics. I'm actually going for Brentford.
Are you going for Brentford? Oh, so that's our bet for this week then. Our pride.
Yeah, my thought with that was just off the back of that 1-0 result over Villa against 10 men, or with 10 men.
Yeah.
I go, you know what? If they carry that forward, they might just nick a win there.
Fine. You do that. that. And then
we got Brighton and Palace. 13th versus 15th, blockbuster.
I know. It's a funny one because Brighton are not terrible, but they're not getting results. Palace have actually got something about them.
Yeah.
They have got a bit about them. They just, I don't know.
They both only had 7 wins, 2 points apart on the table.
I think they're terrible, though, Palace. I actually think Palace are a better team than Brighton. The only thing that's swaying me here is that Brighton are at home, but I'm going to go Palace. My gut feeling was Palace at first, so I'm going to go Palace there.
Yeah, well, I'm going Brighton.
Right, so we've got 2 on it this week.
2 on it.
And then the big one, Liverpool City.
Then the match of the round, Liverpool 4-0.
Yeah, I'm going Liverpool. 1, they're at home, and 2, I think City are very vulnerable at the minute. I think momentum carries Liverpool into this game more than it does City. Yeah,
and that's a 3:30 Monday morning.
Our week starts early, brother. Our week starts early.
Well, I'll be in Wagga Wagga.
I love that word. That's just funny.
Yeah.
I'm sure you still made it up, like, but
yeah. So driving back from Wagga Wagga Monday morning. So I might get up early and watch that. Drive, then watch the Super Bowl.
Well, Super Bowl on Mondays up because I'm in Perth tomorrow until Sunday. So I'm in Perth until Sunday. Then we don't get back until late. So, to be fair, it'll just be straight to bed, get up for that, and then and the Super Bowl, isn't it, on Monday? I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I am looking forward. To that. And then we've got some midweek games. Then there's only Monday, Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it does, and they start again.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we'll just have to catch up Tuesday, really, to do the next round after that.
And I was flicking through them just before. There's no real blockbuster game in that round, but could have some bearing on finishes on the table.
I know. Well, it's like for instance, your next game, like Liverpool, they're away at Sunderland. That's not easy, man.
You could see them pumping City 3 or 4-0 and then going and losing 1-0 to Sunderland.
And then you've got United in that same round. United in the same round are away at West Ham, which I've just got a funny feeling. I had that funny feeling the other day. United could go there and get pumped.
Yeah, where the bubble could burst.
You know what I mean? That could be the end of the bubble type thing, but he's not going to win every game, is he? You know what I mean?
Like, if he does, then put that pen on the paper.
Exactly. But that's an interesting one. So,
yeah.
Who are you backing then for now? Who are you backing before we go? Who are you backing for the league then? Now, just so we're clear.
I've swayed back to I think Arsenal will win it for me.
I think I'm the same. I think it's going to take a lot for somebody to take the league off them now. What about Champions League places? Who gets them? So if there's only top 4, I think we've got top 5 now actually. Anyway, in Champions League.
Yeah.
So let's say who makes the Champions League places?
I think you'll get Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool.
Yeah. What about a 5th? If there's a 5th, who gets the 5th?
I reckon Chelsea will sneak past Villa.
I'm glad you said that because that was my thing. I'm convinced now that Villa have this fall off.
Yeah.
Squad size, they've done fantastically well. Can they carry it on through? I'm exactly the same as you. I think Man United and Liverpool get in that top 4, both of them.
Yep.
I don't think City will drop more points, but not enough to go down. I think Villa do and Chelsea sneak.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think it'll be Arsenal, City, United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Villa, top 6.
Interesting. Only 13 games. Well, what was it? 13 or 14 games left. Anyway.
14 games. Yeah.
14 games left now. There'll be 13 on that one. It's a shitload of games still, though.
Still a long way to go.
You know what I mean? You just don't know, and that's the beauty of football.
Well, look at the championship. Coventry had it locked and loaded. And let me bring up the table. I think they're now not very far clear. I was reading an article. They say it could be one of the best bottle jobs of all time. Coventry are equal on top now. They were 12 clear.
Wow.
6 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mental. But just a special shout out before we go. Bolton are 3rd in the league.
Oh, the league below the championship.
Yeah.
Oh,
so 3rd in the league. 3rd in the league. Yeah?
In the league, yeah.
In the league. We're 3rd.
So they'll be in the championship next year?
Yes.
Here they come.
Game over.
So what you're saying,
there were 30 games left in that league. Like we play.
So what you're saying is they'll be in the Premier League in 2 seasons.
46 games we play in that league.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. It's so hard to get out of those things. That it's ridiculous. So we've got about another 160 games to go this season, and we'll see what goes on. Do you know what I mean? It's mental. But yeah, we're doing all right. Bless us. Let's just hope a few others cock up around us and we can get on there. We might even win the league. League.
Yeah. Straight up 2028 Premier League.
Do you know what? I honestly don't think, unless some Arab with a shit ton of oil that he's just found somewhere, do you know what I mean, comes and buys us, then we are not ever going to get back in that Prem, I don't think, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think I'd love us to be there, but it's one of them. If we went in there as well, we're up and down, so you're going, what the fuck? I'd rather compete, you know what I mean? My heyday Bolton is when we were in the lower leagues anyway, so we are what we are. Biggest town in Europe, so we'll live the dream, won't we?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
All right.
That's us, though. Let's see. We've got 2 games riding on it. You've gone one way, I've gone the other, so that's going to be interesting.
Yep.
So, right. I'll see you soon. Much love.
Peace.